2010, the state of Arizona proposed a new set of immigration statutes, immigration laws that were really designed to curb the flow of undocumented persons, workers, family members into the state of Arizona, coming over primarily from Mexico, and to force those who were already there living in the state out. Since that time, there have been a number of state officials here in Ohio, but at the state level, state legislators, but also local officials, who have said that Ohio needs something similar to what Arizona has passed. Now, Arizona's measures have barely passed constitutional muster. Several elements of the statute have been struck down, and it's still very problematic just in terms of the morality of it. But since that time, since Arizona has passed it, and some nearly 24 other states have sort of tried to get similar measures on the books, you've had this upswell, groundswell, by elected officials here in the state of Ohio trying to do something similar, saying we need something similar to curb the flow of illegals who are drug runners and bringing crime and the like into the state of Ohio. It's important that we separate fact from fiction. First of all, the vast majority of persons who are here without papers, if you will, people who are constantly described as illegals, if you will, have no criminal record. Do not contribute to crime at all. It's a political fantasy when people focus on this and say it's designed to curb crime. This is politics. There are about 11 million people here in the state of Ohio. Roughly 1% of those are foreign-born, and far fewer percentage of that are here without papers or are here quote-unquote illegally, and the vast majority of those are in fact students who have overstayed their visas, foreign nationals, people from Asia, people from Europe, and this impetus, the border that we're concerned about, or that they're talking about, is people flowing over the border from Mexico. Ohio borders Canada. You need to be worried about Canadians, if you will.
The first reason is that they feel these people have entered the country illegally, therefore they've committed a crime, and they should be punished. This is just part of a more general law and order doctrine, and it's one of the reasons that they are very opposed to any kind of amnesty programs, because basically if you grant amnesty even to the children of illegal immigrants, you're rewarding the crime, which runs deeply counter to the kind of political and social philosophy. I think a second reason, which is less kind of philosophical, is that they think that illegal immigrants are more likely to be guilty of criminal activities, that they are more likely to disrupt social order, and so for them the answer is to get rid of illegal immigrants and satisfy the country's immigrant labor needs through some kind of temporary workers program, whereby people from probably Mexico for the most part would be granted the legal right to enter the United States for a specified amount of time and under specified conditions, and then they would leave the United States, and they would not have kind of rights of residence.
Just because it's a law, it doesn't mean that's an ethical law. For instance, like, you have segregation. Back there, it was illegal for people of color to drive in the front of a bus, for example. And maybe people today that argue against illegal immigration because that's the law, they shouldn't be here, will probably have taken a position of saying, look, colored people can't drive in the front of the bus because they're breaking the law. So you have to remember, laws change all the time, and even if immigrants were given amnesty, I'm sure they will find another reason to be against it.